419 Patriots, and welcome to the M44 Patriot channel, your source for citizen soldier skills and budget preparedness. Today, I want to talk about the use of Airsoft as a training tool. Airsoft is very misunderstood. While it's typically thought of as just a game, it can be used for a few different things in serious contexts. There are a multitude of realistic and accurate reproductions, even in how they are controlled and operated um, within the airsoft world. I have even seen some really nice ones that use gas that actually function exactly the same way that the real one does, um, and it has to be cleaned and everything. Um, and while they can be expensive, they can be amazing training tools. Uh, so a few things that you can use it for. You can use it for force on force training, which is where you have two opposing groups and they actually fight each other. You can use it to work on shortening your OODA loop, and you can use it to practice individual fighting skills in areas that you couldn't typically use them. Couldn't usually use a firearm for training. For instance, within practicing as an individual or small unit tactic tool, airsoft is nice because, for one, it's cheaper. You can go out and buy a box of like 10,000 airsoft BBs for about what you would spend on $20 rounds of ammo for a rifle, or 50 rounds for a pistol. If someone makes a mistake, if you're doing group work, or you have maybe no shoot targets or whatever around, someone makes a mistake, then the worst that happens is someone gets shot with a little plastic BB, which stings a little bit, but they're not going to the hospital. Whereas if you shot them with a live round, they'd be going to the hospital and you'd be going to prison. Um, you can practice using airsoft. You can practice moving through a building as a team or even on your own. And you can go through your house or your apartment or whatever, and you can set up a silhouette target somewhere in your apartment. Or even better would be to have a training partner. Set up a silhouette target somewhere in the house or apartment, and you have to go through and find the target and engage the target or targets. And doing so, um, especially if you have a training partner who has an airsoft weapon themselves and positions themselves somewhere in the house or apartment, and you have to move through and eliminate them, especially if they're shooting back at you, it makes it an interesting and very dynamic training environment, and is extremely useful if you do it right. And that's one of the big things, is you have to do it right. For training an OODA loop, you can use airsoft to let you engage targets that are simulating an attack on you and do so safely, because, again, if they get shot, it's with a plastic BB, not a live round. You can also do force on force training, which, like I said, is where you have two groups, two teams, two squads, whatever, and they fight each other. You define an objective, whether that's eliminate the enemy, assault an objective, capture a document, whatever, and have two teams, a defending team and an attacking team, and each team has to accomplish its objective. The defending team has to defend, the attacking team has to attack. Um, and it only works, though, when all of the sides are on the same page that it's being used as a training tool. And this leads me into my big caution. It is very, very easy to fall into the pitfall of gaming with airsoft and playing it rather than using it as a tool. It's a fun hobby, and I enjoy playing airsoft outside of training. However, even when I'm playing airsoft, I'm trying to be very careful to avoid training scars and to avoid issues that could carry over into my actual weapons manipulations. Um, Things that in airsoft, for instance, that are covered, they very quickly become only concealment when bullets are real and someone starts shooting at you. And you really need to be wary of that you're picking cover that's real cover when the bullets are real, despite the fact that the bullets are airsoft and will be stopped by a leaf flying through the air at the right moment. Um, It's very easy to fall into that pit, so be careful. All that being said, I'm going to be doing some videos later on um, choosing airsoft training tools and using it as a tool and doing some demonstrations with it at a later point. But for now, I just wanted to go over a little bit of the theory, I guess, on how to use airsoft as a training tool. So I guess as always, like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, like our page on Facebook. The link is in the description. Um, and other than that, be safe and watch your six.